This is No Filter on BBC Radio Humberside.
Yeah, BBC No Filter here on Radio Humberside. It's okay, ladies. We've got a studio full. Say hello.
Hello.
There we go. We've got a full studio to kick off the show tonight. As I say, go to our Instagram, BBC No Filter. We're live, we're boomeranging, putting pictures on, and we're also getting filmed in the studio. It's just so showbiz around here. So yeah, go and find us, BBC No Filter. Loads of pictures on there. We'll be putting more throughout the show. But we're talking now cosplay. It's huge. It's a huge community all over the world, and it seems to be absolutely massive here in Hull. And we've got some fantastic ladies, all beautifully dressed. We've got Tony, Donna, Emma and Nina. Say hi. Hello. And we've got Lizzie in the corner filming as well, so I'm sure we'll point to where that video is going to be later on. But Emma, if we start with you.
Yeah.
Can you explain what cosplay is?
Cosplay is a mixture of two words, costume and play, and put them together and it's cosplay. So basically you dress up as your favourite character. It could be film character or cartoon character or Marvel or anything. Could be a pop star, and you dress up as that person and take over their personality and become that person.
You look fantastic. Can you tell us a little bit about your costume?
Well, I co-run Lord of the Rings cosplay group, the only one in Hull, I hasten to add, with my daughter Nina and lots of other fellow weirdos in the group, but we don't mind calling us weirdos. And my costume is based from the artwork of Alan Lee, concept art, who anybody who's a Tolkienite will know who Alan Lee is. He draws all the illustrations for all the books and does all the concept art for the movies as well. So this is one of the costumes that didn't make the film, but he drew as a Mirkwood elf would completely disappear, because when I curl up in a ball or I'm in bushes, you can't see me because I'm completely camouflaged.
Well, I'm so pleased you're here and that we can see you, because you look fantastic. We couldn't quite get the headphones on because of the ears, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. How did you start? Because we've got Nina, your daughter, in the studio as well, so it's obviously like a family thing. How did you start?
Well, right from the beginning, I met this lovely young lady, and I'll mention her. It's Kaylee Smith. Yes, that's Kaylee Smith, everybody. I met her in hospital under actually stage 4 cancer, and I was having treatment, and I sat next to her because she was having a bit of a panic attack, and held her hand, and we got talking, and she showed me some of her costumes, and I showed some of my costumes from her, and we got talking, and she said, "I've told me about cosplay 3 years ago. I've never heard of cosplay. I know about costumes because my best friend makes costumes for Disney." I just thought I'd mention that.
Just dropping that in. We're going to come back to that. Yeah. That's on my list.
And she just told me about cosplay and invited me to a Comic-Con in Hessel, and that's where I met quite a lot of these guys that I'm friends with now, like Elizabeth Carter, and I met Donna and Tony just earlier this year through Persuasion. And it's just basically grown and grown and grown, and it's we started just me and my daughter, just me and Nina, cosplaying and going to events, and we've just thought, let's start a cosplay group, because there was no Lord of the Rings groups in this area, so that's how we started.
That's strange considering how huge it is.
It's massive, but in the UK it's not as massive as it is in Germany. In Germany it's super huge in Germany.
Really?
Yeah, in the UK, it's not. It is big, but Germany, it's unbelievable, massive.
And Nina, so your mum comes home and says you're going to start cosplay. What was your first thought?
I don't know. I think, like, she was an elf, but then she was like, "Oh no," because I wanted to do an orc, but I don't actually know.
Well,
I got forced into it though, didn't I?
It's all coming out now.
I mean, was it last year? Last year she made an orc costume by herself.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and it's a full muscle suit from scratch, and we use most of our stuff is made from recycled material, so we done, like we go to charity shops and stuff, and a lot of the leather that we use is from old leather jackets and things. So that's her first costume, was an Orcai. And if you see pictures of my daughter, she's very beautiful, but as an Orcai, she's seriously not nice. She takes on this persona.
I'm all right, but you know.
You got to get into character. She
Yeah.
can't be nice all the time.
She is into character. She pushes people about. Yeah, she's really gets into it, which is good. It did her brilliant for confidence, because when she was younger, she didn't talk to anybody apart from me, and that's done a masses of confidence. And that's what it is. It's about confidence building for people, because it's a little bit of an escape of normality, you know, and boring life and going to work and sleeping and getting up. Yeah, and you dress up and you completely just transform into this person and the character, and everybody knows you in character, don't they? And it's if I'm not in character, people don't recognise me. They recognise me when I'm in character.
Even I don't.
No, you don't, do you?
No.
And she's known me, so she doesn't recognise me when I'm not in character. So
We've got Tony and Donna in the studio. Say hello to hello. So where did it start for you guys?
Emma's very persuasive. I was foot sticker woman for Tony because she wears no shoes. So I literally used to stick on feet, and she was like, "You'd look good as this. I'll make you a costume," and that was it, really.
That's it. There's no getting away. Once you start, you start.
That's it.
You're in.
But it's a good laugh. I always have fun.
And tell us a bit about your costumes. Am I right in saying costumes? I don't want to. Is that the right word? Or characters? Is it rather?
Costumes is fine. Costumes are fine.
Emma might be better off talking about that because she makes them.
You make them all.
I do, yeah.
Wow.
With help from.
Yeah, with help from Nina. Nina does straight things. I'm more of a free kind of. I can't do straight lines. Nina cuts all straight lines for me, and then I stitch it together. So we've got Tony's wearing Lady Galadriel, and she's like a head elf, and then Donna, she's dressed as a Rohan soldier. I'm a Mirkwood elf, or from the Mirkwood realm, and Nina is Eowyn, which is also from Rohan, so she's a princess. If you know about the Tolkien book, you'll understand who she is. So
They're absolutely incredible, and
Thank you.
I don't mean this in any way, shape, or form to be offence. But I suppose if someone's not in the community and then you explain that there's costumes and you dress up as a character, some people might think that you just find whatever's at hand, throw it on and go and take a picture.
Yeah.
It's clearly not that by looking at your costumes.
oh, thank you.
Is that sort of the general consensus? People think, oh, they're just dressing up.
Or a bunch of freaks.
we do get that, don't we?
Yeah.
It does take a long
When you
time to
when
get
you go
ready.
into McDonald's in costume and everyone else is dressed normal, which happens quite a lot, or Costa Coffee in Emma's case.
You get these side looks. You walk in, and I've got some serious amount of weapons on me, and you don't get this look. You sort of get this kind of look, kind of thing, stretching over to not really look at us, pretend that they're not looking, and then you get some people, which is normally children. Who are you? Who are you? And some children really think we really are the characters, which is lovely, because it was great at Hull show yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was really good. We did Hull show Saturday and Sunday, and we got some great reception, like we always do. The kids just love it, and really believe you really are an elf, or really are Lady Galadriel, and really are magic. And then Bilbo Baggins did actually disappear for about 3 hours. So I reckon she actually put the ring on and disappeared because we couldn't find her. So,
But managed to get here today, so
She
thank you
did.
very much.
Yeah.
But that must be brilliant, because I suppose kids have that great thing where they don't really have any boundaries in the
No.
nicest way possible. So if they see someone, they go straight up and ask questions, whereas older adults might tend to be like, oh, I won't ask about that. But be open to questions if
Yeah.
people want to know what you're doing.
oh yeah, we do get people asking us if we're goths.
Oh, yeah.
We do, don't we? Get quite a lot. Are you a goth? Which I don't understand, because I thought goths I'm not being ignorant. I thought goths wore black and were quite grungy, and I don't think I'm grungy, but I don't know. Are we grungy?
Well,
Bit
Well.
weird, but
Bit weird, bit loud,
Bit
bit
Because
loud.
we talked about it before, and the words like, geeky and nerd and
Yeah.
weird. And you guys have been using those words. So
Yeah.
do you feel like you're claiming them back? Like there's no offence in them.
I'm not. If somebody calls me a Tolkien nerd, I'm not offended by that whatsoever, because Tolkien, in my eyes, these are probably sick of me hearing it, because I say, when children come up to you and say Game of Thrones, I just sort of nearly feel quite sick, and I say no. you need to read books. He's the greatest man ever that wrote amazing literature. He was a man called J.R. Tolkien. And I tell them about his amazing books, not just Lord of the Rings, because there is so many books he's written that people just don't know about. By the way, we're doing a book launch for Fall of Gondolin in Newcastle and Hull later on in the year. Just thought I'd tell you that.
Look at that. Wow, just slipping that in there.
Slipping it in. But yeah, we try, don't we, sort of portray, go across and with the stories of Tolkien, and we do visit Tolkien areas like we did Withensea last year, wasn't it, Elizabeth, where we did a book launch for Beren and Luthien in Hull Waterstones, where we met Alan Lee. And in Beren and Luthien, I'll probably get some real avid Tolkienite tell me I'm slightly wrong, and I do apologise. There is a 3-stalk lime tree in Beren and Luthien where Luthien hides inside, and Luthien is an elf, and that tree is still in that wood, and it's 150 years old, and that's where Tolkien met his wife Edith, and Edith is Luthien, and Beren is J.R. Tolkien.
Look at that, my mouth's fallen open. That's brilliant.
It sends goose pimples when you see it, and you think, that's where you got the inspiration for that. That's where you got the inspiration from that, because he did come to Hull for quite a while because he was poorly. He stayed at Denison House when he had foot rot from the trenches. He stayed here for quite a while. Yeah, we do lots of different things to do really sort of deeper meaning, not just about it's more. I mean, I don't know about other groups, but in our group, because I'm quite an avid Tolkien person, it's more than just dressing up. It's like really sort of pushing the Tolkien stories, because we've got this great guy that we are friends with called Jez Hunt, and he can ream the stories off by heart. He's amazing, and he lives in Newcastle, and was trying to get him down here today, but he just couldn't get down here. And he can ream the stories of Tom Bombadil and Goldberry off by heart. He knows it that well. He's amazing. I just wish he could come in here today.
That's
He'd have
brilliant.
loved it.
That might be one for another day.
Yeah, another
Maybe
day.
we'll set the 3 hours aside and he can retell each
just
story.
just for Tolkien.
Do it all
He'd
over
love it.
again. You girls look so fantastic. I'm going to take some more pictures. We're going to play a song. Stay with us. We'll be back after this. That's Janelle Monray and The Way You Make Me Feel here on BBC No Filter. I'm Martha Mangan. I'm with you all the way through till 10. We'll have loads of great music. And after 9:30, we do our bedtime beats. It's a Monday. It's miserable outside. It's the start of the week. The weekend's ages away. So we're just going to take it down for the last half hour. Some great music to see you out of Monday. We've got a full studio still. Hello.
Hello.
So,
What's up?
What's up?
tell us about the community in Hull. What have you found? We've got some of the newest members to your community.
We have our Donna and Tony, our lass. The community is really, really good. Very, very friendly. We've got an amazing Facebook page called UK Cosplay Community, which is run by Paul Thrutt, who lives in Hull. He founded it last year, and he's got 10,000 members in 12 months.
10,000 is incredible. That's a huge number.
10,000. He's amazing. That if you want to just go on Facebook, type in UK Cosplay Community. It might have a little raccoon as the thumbnail. Go onto there and join, and then you'll get added. Even if you've never cosplayed before and you want to do it, if you put a photograph on there and say, who do you think I should cosplay? Well, I'll tell you. You say, and I'll probably go, if you've got a beard, you need to be in Lord of the Rings. It's a really friendly atmosphere. That's the place to start. If you've never done it before, come to UK Cosplay Community on Facebook, and then we'll push you in the right direction. Or if I get my claws into you, you'll be a member of the Lord of the Rings before you know it.
So I've never done it. Hands up. I'm just, admitting I've never done it, and I'm not a shy person, as you can probably tell. I could talk for England. I can just keep going and going and going until someone stops me, or I play some music. That's the only way I'll stop talking. But I don't know. There's something about. I feel like I wouldn't do it justice, or whether I don't know the books well enough or the films.
Why wouldn't you do it justice?
I don't know, because I don't think I have the knowledge that you guys seem to have.
You don't have to have the knowledge. You don't. Sorry, butting into you, Martha.
Yeah,
You don't
go
have
for
to
it.
have the knowledge. you just have to have a love of dressing up. That's it, and just have fun. The main thing of cosplay is to have fun. If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. And you don't have to spend a lot of money on costume. Yeah, we spend a lot of money on the costumes because we do it day in, day out, and we attend a lot of events. You can make a costume out of a cardboard box. You could make a costume out of a plastic bag. As long as it looks like or similar and people recognise the character, you'll get people coming up to you and going, oh, that's a really cool job, well done. You know, or come on to UK Cosplay Community and we can give you advice of where to get things from, where to buy things. Because I made the mistake when I first started, is buying the stuff from the most expensive shops. And then you need to sort of hunt the charity shops. We were looking for your Bilbo Baggins, weren't we? I'm pointing to Elizabeth in the corner. I'm not talking to my other self because I have quite a lot. We were looking for a Bilbo Baggins, and it's all from the charity shops, and then you zhuzhed it up and dyed it and changed the buttons and made new buttons with acorns on. And you don't have to spend a lot. You can spend £10 or you can spend £1,000. If you want, you can have costumes commissioned, which we do as well. But you can, if you tell that person your budget, if it's £100, then they'll make you a costume for £100. If it's a tenner, or if you want to make it out of a cardboard box. I know some really, and I won't say who they are, I know some really famous Iron Men, and their costumes are made out of cardboard boxes, and then they use this paint, and I can't remember the name of it, and it's basically like fiberglass. And they are very famous Iron Men, and their base of their costume is cardboard, but then they've layered it with fiberglass.
Giving away all their top secrets now. They're not even made of iron.
You don't even have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to spend a lot of money. So don't go out there spending loads and loads of money and think, oh, I'll go on eBay and buy loads of stuff. You don't need to do that. First thing, if you've never done it before, come to UK Cosplay Community on Facebook, and then you'll get added by Paul Thrott or Dean Gregory, because he's an admin as well, and then you can come and talk on there. It's mad, it's crazy. We're all, really friendly community. I think it's the best. I'm not just saying it because it's Hull based, but it is the best cosplay website, because there is some out there, I'm not going to fib, there is some out there that cosplay it goes down the job way, doesn't it? And then they take it a bit too seriously, and everything's got to be perfection. And perfection is not reachable, ever. If you ask any cosplayer, are you happy with your costume? 9 times out of 10 they'll say no. Because you've always got upgrades in their mind. Next time I'm going to do this. Next time I'm going to do that. Next time I want another sword. Next time I'm going to make a bow. So the perfection is never reachable. But there is some websites out there that are very supportive. I won't say them because I'm not like that. But there is some out there that are into perfection. But UK Cosplay Community, run by Paul Thrott, get on there on Facebook, and that's a place to be.
Right, we're going to come back to this question. So, ladies, I'm about 5'0". Have a look. Have a think about who I could be. Because you say you'd give some advice, but
anyone you wanted to be.
Anyone.
Yeah.
Anybody.
You could be anybody.
Name a character and you'll be it.
Yeah, you could be anybody. You take your personality. Sorry, Donna, I'm overtaking you.
That's all right.
You take your personality. I can talk just like you. I can take them.
This is going to be a really long show, guys.
Yeah, sorry. You can take your personality and drop that into the character. So it's still the character, but it's got a little bit of you into it. It's not a carbon copy, because we don't do carbon copies. Don't do a carbon copy, because then it's not you. It's not you in that character. It's a carbon copy of somebody else's idea. So put the ideas and then just drop your. So if you're quite quirky and bubbly, so you could make your costume a little bit more fun. I could see you, as a lovely Arwen, because we could do with an Arwen, couldn't we?
You could do with a lot of people in all.
And
There's a lot of people.
And
There's a lot of characters.
Arwen's seriously badass, I'm telling you.
Well, that sounds just like me, guys. Just like me.
Yeah.
If I do say so myself. What can you sum up the sort of idea of what is it about putting a costume on and being someone else that just gives you that freedom to maybe be a bit more sort of like someone else? Ladies?
Tony definitely needs to say that, because she's only had this costume on for a couple of 4 or 5 times, and I've seen her grow in confidence already.
What is it, Tony, when you put it on? What do you feel like?
I don't know. I'm very talkative.
No, it's okay. It's because we talk too much, and then people are like, "Well, we won't bother talking."
I've seen it. She won't say it because she's not a girly girl, and she's quite obvious. She's not. She always says this. She's not a girly girl. She's not a frilly girl. Now, this Lady Galadriel's dress is a girly dress. It's lace, lovely back wings. It's got a lovely cream cape, and it's got all this jewellery, and she has glitter everywhere, and she looks beautiful. And when she first put it on, I said to Donna, I said, look at her, she's there. She was spinning around, she was twirling around, lifting her dress up. First time she had it on, I said to Donna, I said, she won't be taking that off again. She won't be taking that off again. And
I had no choice in it.
And believe it or not, she was Harley Quinn before this.
Yeah, she was Harley Quinn, so she's completely different. So, yeah, it's just... and Donna, you enjoy it, don't you?
Well, it's the people in there.
You enjoy the corset. you enjoy the corset more, don't you?
Yeah, she's trying to get into it. When Nina's tightening it up a bit. Feel like Cinderella.
Tighter!
That is the big part. The big part of it is the people that you meet and the friends that you make and the support and the community and it's almost like a family.
Yeah,
it is. It's
our
like
group
the second
is
family, aren't you?
Yeah, our group is.
Definitely.
I mean, our group is called Fellowship of the Precious, but without sounding cheesy, it truly is a fellowship. We have got some seriously cool friendships going on.
Aww.
And just make you want to cry, doesn't it? I mean, I've known Lizzie. We just met on it was a Comic-Con, but it was just a random kind of, and I've even seen Lizzie changed in confidence. When she came up to me 4 years ago, she went, "Can I take a photograph of you?" And I'll go, "Yeah, of course you can." Now she goes, "Oi!" shouts at me, "Don't do that."
Lizzie, we'll put you on mic in a minute, and then you can tell us all the stories about Emma.
She's a seriously cool filmmaker, and you can check her out at films on Elizabeth Carter on YouTube. Check out our Lord of the Rings films. They are amazing. And just feel for us in 32 degrees heat on the Beverly Westwood, sweating in layers of leather, and they're all leather. It's not man-made fibres. I was sweating so much the sweat was coming through my corset and then evaporating on my corset and turning back to salt. It was so hot, really attractive. Sort of salt dripping off your corset. There is some kind of people that probably find that attractive, but it was good, wasn't it? We got some good footage. We got some good footage, yeah.
And someone always dies.
Yeah.
Always.
Usually Sam Sylvester, he's our Boromir. I think he died 4 times that day, didn't he? Because we had to do retakes. Because if you know the films or the books, Boromir dies, but Boromir actually died 4 or 5 times that day. He was exhausted, wasn't he? No, do it again.
Commitment to the craft.
He is. He loves it.
Ladies, you look fantastic.
Thank
and we've
you.
got more and more guests. So just give us a shout out to where would you recommend someone to go and find you guys and to start their cosplay journey?
UK Cosplay Community, definitely start there because I'm always on there. And then if you want to really look at us and then maybe sort of add us or something, go onto Facebook. You can find us on Fellowship of the Precious on Facebook. You can look under Protector of Middle Earth, which is all one word, on Instagram. That's Nina's. She's admin for Fellowship as well. Yeah. And my Instagram is Mirkwood Elf Cosplay. That's all one word on Instagram. Definitely messengers. Don't be frightened. We're not, snobby or anything like that. We're really down to earth, Yorkshire people, and we'll just welcome anybody. I'm constantly great. If you've got a beard, you're in Lord of the Rings.
I'm in! Thank goodness it's radio.
If you had someone weird asking you that at a Hull show, this was Emma.
We do actually, yeah. If I came up to you on Hull show saying, "Have you got a beard? Do you want to join Lord of the Rings?" It was me, our group, because I just go up to people and ask them, "Do you want to join Lord of the Rings?" I've always got cards in my pocket, so you will never get away from me.
But we could be shopping.
You could be shopping
anywhere.
Yeah, I'm not even in costume sometimes, and I take a look at somebody, I think they make a really good Aragon. Oh, by the way, if I can I know you're busy, Martha, we need an Aragon, we need an Arwen, we need another person to fit. We have an Orcai costume that's a really small size 10 because it's Nina's, so if somebody wants to wear that, they could borrow that. You don't have to have the costume. You message me, I make the costume free of charge. You just borrow it. So if you want to either make your own costume, or you want some advice, or you want to, I need an Arwen, I need an Aragorn, I need a Faramir, and I need an Hawkeye, I need a Legolas as well. So if there's anybody out there,
You're missing quite a lot there. You need a few.
yeah, we need 4. There's 23 members, so with the main, we've got 4 main characters that are missing that we desperately need to finish off these films, because we're making some films and we haven't got the characters to do the scene that we want to do. So
get in touch with Emma for anything. We feel like she might give you some life advice anyway, even if it's nothing about cosplay.
What bars of chocolate not to buy?
Ladies, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Go to our Instagram, BBC No Filter, and I'll tag everything. I'll make sure we get all those tagged in so you can go and find it. You look fantastic. Thank you so much.
Remember, Tolkien rules.
That's No Brainer here on BBC No Filter. I'm not even going to mention who it was. There's like 800 people on that track. It's DJ Khaled, Justin Bieber, Chance the Rapper, and loads more. Go and find us online, BBC No Filter, and the whole playlist will be on there. And you can see everybody that's on that track. I've got more guests in my studio and dressed up and looking fabulous. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hello. We've got Katelyn and Lizzie. Lizzie's been filming so far, so we'll talk about where that video is and where people can find it as well. But let's start, Lizzie. Tell us a bit about cosplay. How did you get started?
Well, I started, it was a few years ago when I was doing my level 3 media at college. And a few people that I used to know started cosplaying. I had no idea what the hell it was. I just thought, I found it interesting and thought, okay, so you get to dress up as different characters. And one of my first costumes I ever did was Castiel from CW's Supernatural. It's literally just a beige trench coat with a basic suit, and I got it for under 30 quid. So not bad for a first costume.
That's really good. And it's just gone on from there.
It's
You
gone
just
on
never
since
stopped.
there.
Not looked back. And what is it about the community that pulls you in and that makes you keep going back and changing character and doing the events?
Mainly it's the fact that there are different people out there who know what it's like to dress up as in a costume. They don't find you weird or anything. You feel like you're a part of a community, a part of a family. And I've made quite a few friends from the cosplay community that do understand dressing up as a character, and also the feeling that comes with it. It's not just dress up in a costume, turn up to an event and that's it. It's all about dressing up in a character, trying to represent them, whether it's from a film or a TV show, and just basically, as well, I suppose, free advertising for the characters in the films and everything, and it's just absolutely wonderful.
And Katelyn, or Mr. Ville, how are you doing? Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You look fantastic. Tell us a bit about your costume and who you are.
Well, I think you just gave it away by calling me Mr. Ville. Well, obviously I'm Cruella de Vil. I've wanted to do Cruella for ages, but I never had the right stuff. Last year I got this dress in a charity shop, which I wear to go out in on a night out. And, well, one of my all-time favourite Cruella is obviously the beautiful Victoria Smurfit, who off Once Upon a Time. And, well, I thought I need to do her. No, that sounded... but I apologise. And I ordered my fair coat offline. This was a longer wig. I just chopped it. My jewellery is what I wore for my prom. And my shoes I already had. And I was at a Once Upon a Time convention recently. I got to meet her. Oh God, it was brilliant. Another cast of the Once Upon a Time cast. And she loved it. She was like, "You are an amazing Cruella."
So you actually met the lady that you're dressing up as in the character. That must have been incredible.
I mean, I love Glenn Close as Cruella de Vil, but my all-time favourite is obviously Victoria Smurfit. And she's amazing.
So it's similar to what Emma was saying earlier, that you don't have to have loads of money, you don't have to go all out. It's just about being part of the community and really trying, like you're saying, you always wanted to be this character.
My first time dressing up as Cruella, I didn't even get a chance to go into the convention. People wanted photos, which I was surprised at, because that was the first time someone's wanted photos of me. Well, because I've done Magenta from Rocky Horror as well. And, well, I was at Withfest a couple of weeks ago, and there was this one little girl. She just kept looking and smiling at me, and I said, "Would you like a photo?" She said, "Yeah," in the most cutest voice. And every time I saw her, I was saying to her, "Hello, darling," in my Cruella voice, and she loved it. And before I left, well, it was maffed in that day, and I had my coat off. She wanted one last photo, so I just put my coat around her. She loved it.
That must be great when you've spent all this time and effort on getting dressing up, and then people want pictures with you.
Yeah.
That must be brilliant. Is this to both of you? In normal, so when you're not dressed up, are you as outgoing, or do you find that this helps?
Well, this gave me a big confidence boost. I mean, I'm even in character when I'm not in my costume. I'm talking like Cruella all the time. It's a bit of a habit.
Yeah, I mean, for me mainly, I mean, I started cosplaying just, you know, for the fun of it. But recently, I mean, for the past 6 years, I've been through a lot of trauma, and I'm okay to say I'm a domestic abuse survivor, and I've been through a lot worse than that as well. And the main part of reason why I cosplay now is just a distraction. It's just amazing to be able to focus on the character, you know, get screenshots, get references of how it's all made, even watch behind the scenes of documentaries and things of the films, and just to put it all together and just, I mean, I do my own photo shoots as well, set up my own camera, do all that, and it's just amazing just to have a distraction, just to do something, and just to be in the shoes of a different character is just an amazing feeling. It's basically essentially what an actor does. They put on a costume, they go to set, you know, recreate lines and everything. And, you know, if actors can do it, then why not normal people?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I find normal.
No, a bit weird, you know.
There's no such
in the
thing.
nicest way.
There's no normal on this show. That's the whole point.
No.
It's BBC No Filter. We don't like normal. Normal's a terrible label. Well, Lizzie, thank you for sharing that. It was really brave, and it's great to see it as a sort of an escape, or sort of even sort of to challenge
therapeutic
your
therapy.
Yeah, absolutely. What a brilliant way,
Yeah.
and to sort of build friendships and
Confidence. Yeah.
And if someone was listening and thinking, oh, I really wanted to try it, but I've just never been brave enough, or I just don't know where to go, could they reach out to you? Where would you recommend them going?
As was it Emma O'Donnell that said, go to the UK
Cosplay Community.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Or even if you visited one of our pages and wanted to message us, we heard you on the radio talking, we'd be happy to help. I mean, I was once a really shy girl, believe it or not. I'm still quite shy. But if people are thinking I'm going to get judged for what I wear, all I say is bugger what everyone else thinks. You want to be who you are. If you want to be Cruella DeVille, Bilbo Baggins, or anyone else in the nerd universe, be it. Your parents told you can be whatever you want to be. If you want to be any of those characters, do something about it. Don't let anyone bring you down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it seems that you'll find people that are supportive and understand what you want to do, and they'll you know, as I said, that community is there, particularly in Hull. It seems to be huge.
Oh, it's bigger in America.
It's big in America, and London is incredible.
I can't wait to go to London next year.
So you segue nicely into stuff that people can find you online. Mr. Ville, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all under the name Hull DeVille, or my username is HullCruella, or if you want to find me on my personal ones, Katelyn Leeming, which I'm sure Martha will tag me in them. If you want to message me about anything, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll put the whole DeVille one on there because that's obviously your character, and I think that's where people should go and find you. And Izzy?
Yep. If you type in Elizabeth Carter Cosplay on Facebook and on Instagram, if you also put Elizabeth Carter Media, because I do filmmaking, I'm recording this interview now, which we'll tag later on and find it. And find me there.
Fantastic. And we'll share that on our social channels as well. Izzy will share your film and point people to find both of you guys. So go to BBC No Filter and we'll put pictures on there. Guys, you look fantastic. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed it. It's a bit warm in here. I'm very sorry that you've had to come in costumes.
You're warm. Hello.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is No Filter on BBC Radio Humberside.